Hi, I'm Tim,
I'm Lizzie.
and we are To Play,
Or not.
To Play, a show about board games for two players.
Whose tastes may differ.
Okay, everybody, hi. This is a special video that I'm doing secretly behind Bear's back. She's gone shopping, and I'm going to do a little quick video. I'm going to do a series of these videos. Somebody asked me to do this, so I'm going to chuck this video up and then do a series that follows it on. Every time Bear goes out, so how long she takes to notice that these are going up online. So what I'm going to do is just talk you through the shelves that we've got behind us when we're doing the videos together, and just tell you something about the games that I like, and whether Bear likes them and stuff like that, because obviously this was all about us trying to find games we like together in this channel. I started on my own sort of with these games and then brought her along into the hobby, and it's kind of our journey together for the channel, but this is kind of like behind the scenes of the games that I like, if you like. So I'm going to do a shelf or a cube in each little video, and we'll just do a little series of them. So today I'm just going to start with the top shelf, top shelf stuff. Just a quick talk through each game, and in fact whether I've actually played it or not. So there's a lot of games on these shelves that I've not actually got to play yet. So here we go. Okay, so first of all, we've got Escape, the big box game. Escape the Curse of the Temple by Queen Games. Brilliant game for sort of a quick 10-minute buzz. Good if you're playing it with a lot of people. So the idea with this game is that you've got a temple of tiles that are laid out, and you're exploring through the temple as far as you can go by rolling dice, and every time you roll a dice it enables you to get past the next tile. You move on and explore another tile, you roll the dice again, and it's all on a timer, and the timer is 10 minutes, and as soon as that 10 minutes are up, you have to get back out of the tomb before the egg time runs out. So there's a soundtrack that comes on DVD, very old school. I think you can get it on app as well, where the timer's counting down on the soundtrack, and then eventually Escape comes up on the soundtrack, and you have to roll dice as fast as you can and try and get back out with all the treasure that you've managed to find. It's kind of cooperative as well, in as much as somebody can come and save you if you get trapped behind a locked door, or a monster gets you or something like that. So there's lots of different sort of aspects to this game. Great fun game, but particularly in a big crowd. So good sort of party-ish game, but not really, because it's a bit gamey for a party game, but you get the idea. Anyway, next, Tikal. This is a 2 to 4 player game, so we've played this. I think we've got this on our reviews at the moment. Have we? Can't remember. It's not one that Bear likes. Rio Grande Games version here. I've also got another version of it, which we'll come to later on. But this is the Rio Grande version. I love this game. This is probably my top 10 in the top 3. Maybe, I can't remember, it's 1 or 2. Again, it's in our top 10 personal games. If you're going to check that review out, really like this game. Bear's not so keen on it. I think she's not very keen on all that kind of well, again, temple-y sort of stuff. This is a temple sort of game. She doesn't really like that kind of game theme, really. So I love this game. She's not so keen, but we've played it as a two-player. It plays well as a two-player, but it's just my kind of game, really. Next, Carcassonne big box. Carcassonne. If you've not played Carcassonne, really, where have you been? Under a rock recently for the last 25 years? So Carcassonne, the entry-level game, if you like. Pretty much any gamer's played it. If you've not played it, I'm not suggesting you're not a gamer, but I'm suggesting you've not played that entry-level game that brought a lot of gamers in. So if you've not played it, give it a go. Seriously, it's such a nice game. It's very simple in the way that it plays. You lay tiles, and you kind of just inhabit those tiles by claiming roads and cities and farmlands and stuff, and you just build the board out as you go, which is a great concept, and a lot of other games have done that since. But it's just so straightforward and simple and easy to teach and easy to get into, and it's the board builds up as you go. It's a really nice game to play, and it's as I say, a great entry level game. So if you've not played it, definitely get it on your table. We've not done a review of it yet, so we will get to that soon, very soon, because it's a game we play a lot. We'll get to that later. Okay, moving across, we've got big box game, Mansions of Madness by Fantasy Flight. Wow, what a production. This is a huge game. This works with an app. Again, we've done a review. Have we done a review? I think so, on our channel. Huge game which builds out again with tiles. The app tells you which tiles to lay out. You're trying to solve a mystery, and as you're going along, you're trying to avoid going crazy, which is the kind of the insanity thing that the Cthulhu universe throws at you. This is what this game is based in. So you're trying not to go crazy, go insane as you're trying to solve the mystery, and then you want to sort of beat the mystery, beat the app, beat the game. But you can play this as a solo, you can play it as 2-player, you can play it as anything you like. But again, very, very fancy down big box game, especially with the app, plays superbly well. This is the second edition, plays with the app. The first edition does not, so be aware of that if you're thinking about buying this game. But it's a big box, big sort of piles of miniatures that you play with if you want. We just tend to play it with the tokens, in fact, strangely enough, rather than going for the whole miniatures thing, because they kind of get in the way a little bit. But if you like miniatures, great, go for it. You know, there's tons of them in the box. Next across, we've got Dungeon Quest. This is the revised edition. Again, not sort of Bears kind of thing, because it's dungeony or toomy. She don't like any of those sort of themes really. But this is a great game to play on your own. I've played this solo a couple of times. Really nice, because again, you lay tiles out to sort of explore around the dungeon as you go. You're trying to get right into the centre where the dragon's sleeping. You want to get all his treasure and then leg it out quick before you die. There's lots of rolls of dice and tokens that you pick up that could kill you, so it's quite hard to beat. So that's a good challenge, and it sprawls out across the board. There's a nice big board that you're kind of revealing underneath the dungeons and the catacombs and all that. It's a really good fun game. Really like this. Another Fantasy Flight game. In fact, these are all Fantasy Flight here. So a good game if you like solo, but if your partner likes dungeony type stuff, give it a go. It's not heavy Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. It's quite light in that respect, but it's set in that world. Good game. Next up, Fury of Dracula. Fury of Dracula, another Fantasy Flight game. This is a hidden movement game along the realms of Scotland Yard, something like that. So one of you is Dracula, and you are moving around in a hidden way. Nobody knows where you are, and the other people are playing Van Helsing, people like that, where you're trying to find where Dracula is and kill him, stake him through the heart. I've not played this yet. This is on our shelf. I'm dying to play this with people. Again, it's 2 to 5, so I could play it with Lizzie, but she doesn't really fancy it just yet. So if you ask for us to review it, then she'll have to play it. So somebody asked for a review, and we'll do it. So I'm itching to play this one. Next along, we've got Legacy of Dragonholt. Now, she loves this game. This is a kind of choose your own adventure game. It's literally a series of books, if you like. They're manual sort of size, thick sort of manuals, and there's lots of adventures in there, and it's literally a choose your own adventure. You could play it sat on the sofa, you play it solo, you play it as a couple. It's up to 6 players, but it's very much along the lines of, say, Sherlock Holmes, that kind of stuff, where you read a passage, make a decision on what you're going to do, and then go to that passage and choose that. So great game, really nice and easy to play. Good to get into, really well written, nice adventure. There's the dog shaking. Hello, dog. Here, come in a second, I'll introduce you. Next along, we've got a little section of Cosmos games. So we've got Imhotep. This is a fab game. I don't think we've done a review of this just yet on our channel. Coming up soon. Really like this game. Both Bear and I like this game. It's very simple. You can play it as a 2-player. There is another version called Imhotep the Duel, which you can play as a obviously is a 2-player specific game, but you can play this as a 2-player, and they are totally different games. This is really nice. For me, I love that Egyptian theme, and in this you're just building things with blocks of stone. Well, they're wooden blocks obviously, but blocks of stone, where you build pyramids, and you build tombs, and you build obelisks and all sorts of stuff, and you move the blocks around on ships. Such a great game of moving things around and trying to block each other. It's a bit take that-y, where in fact when Bear plays it, she's horrible to me. So you get to sort of, somebody's loaded up all their shit with blocks they're going to take to the pyramid, and you send them off to build an obelisk or something like that. It's great fun trying to mess each other over on stuff like that. So great game, love it. We'll do a review ASAP. Next along, another Cosmos game, Legends of Andor. I've played this solo, but you have to play kind of 2 characters if you like, because it's 2 to 4 player. This is a kind of Dungeons and Dragons light, if you want to put it that way. It's a board. You play from sort of this spot on the board and you sprawl across trying to get to this part of the board, and while you're trying to achieve your task, your quest that you're given, going across this way, coming across the other way are hordes of the baddies, and they're trying to get to your castle and invade that and beat your castle to the ground, and you have to kind of see how far you can get in your quest before you get diverted and send troops back to protect your castle, things like that. So it's a kind of 2-way fight between the game, the baddies, and you, where you're trying to kind of look after each other. Whoa, there's the dog. Just gonna rip my microphone from me. Hello, Trooper. Hello. So I'll say hello to Trooper in a second. So that's Legends of Andor, great game. But again, I've not managed to get Bear to play this, so because it's the theme, Dungeons and Dragons-y thing. And then finally on to the last game on this shelf, which is My City, another 2-player great game. We've done a review of this, check it out on the channel again, because this one is a legacy game, this is our first legacy game. Brilliant fun, very simple to play, polyomino game, where you lay tiles. It tells you what you take off the draw deck. It tells you what tile to choose. You choose that and try and fit it into your player space, which the player space changes as time goes by because it's a legacy game. So you both get slightly different boards as time goes by. There are 24 chapters, I think it is, to play through. 24 chapters, yeah, in 8 different sections, something like that. They're all in envelopes, so you don't know what's coming next. Really good game, good fun game, and it's only a quickie sort of 15 to 20 minutes per session, something like that, per game, and it suggests you play 3 chapters at once, so you could play it for an hour if you wanted to. But a really nice game, simple game. So that's pretty much the top shelf. And that's me done quickly. Now Trooper's just about to demolish the sofa and all the pillows on it, so I need to rescue that. And Bear's going to come back from shopping. So thanks for watching this one, guys, and we'll get on to the next cubes as time goes by, but they'll be a lot shorter because they're little sections. Okay, so thanks very much. Shh, don't tell Bear. See how long she takes to spoil it. Cheers, guys. See you again.